In object-oriented languages like Ruby, it's normal to create hierarchies, that's family trees of classes. And you can think of the simplest classes as being close to the root of the tree, and then the more complex classes branch away. They grow up from that root. Or another way of describing this is to say that the simpler classes are the ancestors, and then the more specialist classes are the descendants. So at the root you have the base class, and then you have various branches or descendant classes. Well, let's look at an example. Suppose I'm writing an adventure game. Every object in that game will have a name and a description, so I write a simple class that has a name and a description and any methods needed to deal with them. Now I want a treasure class that has a name and a description and a value. So what I decide to do, you can see my treasure class down here, is to make the treasure class a descendant of the thing class. That means that the treasure class now automatically inherits the name and the description, that is the variables and the methods defined in the thing class. And the way to do that in Ruby is just to put the name of the class that is the descendant, here that's treasure, then this left pointing angle bracket, and the name of the class that's the ancestor, and that's thing. So the treasure class now has name and description, and I've defined one extra piece of data, which is its value. Now the value is stored in the @value variable, and I've written, you can see down here, these get and set accessor methods to get at that variable, to either assign or return the value. When a new treasure object is created with new, its initialize method is automatically called, and a treasure object has three variables to initialize: @name, @description, and @value. So its initialize method takes three arguments. The first two arguments are passed using the super keyword. You can see that here. They are passed to the initialize method of the super class, and we know the super class is thing, so that's to this initialize method up here. And so it's the thing class initialize method that deals with those arguments. Now, when used inside a method, the super keyword, remember here's super down here again, the super keyword calls a method with the same name in the ancestor or super class. The current method in the treasure class is called initialize, so when code inside this method passes two arguments, a name and a description, to super, it's actually passing them to the initialize method, the method with the same name, in its superclass thing. Now, these get and set value methods, Java programmers will be used to this sort of syntax to assign and retrieve variable values. In fact, Ruby has a simpler way of doing this using something called attributes, and I'll explain those in the next lesson. This little course of Ruby is based on my book, The Little Book of Ruby, which is available from Amazon, and you can download the source code for free from bitwisebooks.com.